There we go.
What up, everybody? What's going on? This is Miguel Antonio Barragan, aka Fight Fiend Migs, joined as always by my co-host Andrew. Don't get it twisted, Lapachet, and this is the Mad Boxing Show, or Mad Boxing for short. We appreciate you guys stopping by on this lovely, still a tad bit warm Wednesday afternoon, heading into the evening on this official first day of October. A few weeks back, we started the fall season, right? The 21st or 22nd of September. Still pretty damn warm here in Las Vegas. And today is officially the first day of October. It's still pretty damn warm, and it probably won't start to cool off until later on in October. However, for those of you who might recall our last show, I kind of got our dates wrong. I did mention that I'm going to be flying out to Boston, Massachusetts here this weekend. As a matter of fact, later tonight. So literally, as soon as I'm done with the show, I'm going to take a hot shower real quick and then bolt down to the airport and head down there because that's kind of what I'm going to do. I'm going to be out there in the nice cool weather in Boston/Salem. So I was thinking, I was like, oh, I'll see you guys next weekend. Like, no, we still got a Wednesday show. What the fuck? I got my dates all confused. So if for those of you who will be pleasantly surprised for one more midweek show before next week, because next week is when we'll have to record on Wednesday as well. But regardless, we are gonna throw something at you here on Wednesday because there has been some news, actually some kind of crazy news that's been popping up here that we wanted to talk about, and we most certainly will not wait until next week because, as I mentioned, I will be in Boston next week. And head out there today. Oh, god dang it. See, look at this. Look at this. Come on, guys. I need to get a new mic. Invest in, I'm not a new mic, a new camera. Invest in a new camera. But we got plenty to talk about. I'm going to go ahead and turn to my notes here while my camera decides to continue to focus. More info that we're getting out of Zuffa Boxing. All the things that they plan to do. They're basically trying to change the whole damn thing. They're trying to get a new ring out here. They're trying to get a new belt. They're trying to not recognize any of the sanctioning bodies. As I understand it, Dana White's supposed to go live on Instagram at some point today that I saw a post earlier mentioning that. So hasn't happened yet, at least not that I've noticed. So who knows what exactly he's going to be announcing, but we can kind of keep our eyes peeled on his Instagram account or his social media accounts because he will go live at some point today with some sort of information. Yes, we know Zuffa Boxing has signed with Paramount, so we're definitely going to be talking about that. And the more Saudi news, cough, cough, EA Sports, it's in the game. We're going to be talking about that here briefly. Also, looks like Turkey has his eyes set in on a double header next February, with Benavides and Devin Haney. That sounds pretty interesting as long as they get past their opponents here at the end of the year. We're going to be talking about that. And Hamzah Sheeraz does a little impersonation of Ryan Garcia and gives us a little bit of a teaser of a potential fight matchup that will be coming up here in the coming weeks. He is going to be letting us know within the next few weeks. And according to him, he says we're going to love it. So let's see if that comes out, how true that is, and whoever, his opponent is going to be, because that's the direction we're going. My money is not on Terrence Crawford. I'm pretty sure it's not going to happen that quickly, but regardless, we're going to be talking about all that before we call it an evening. But before we get into all of that, and while I give my camera more time to focus, Andrew, what's going on, dude? How's your Wednesday evening going?
Hey, what's up, Miguel? I'm doing good. Just got home from work and relaxing, and gonna stay out of the juniors. Not gonna go to the gym for maybe the next 2 days. Yesterday, while running on the treadmill, he slipped. He fell.
Oh,
He got an Indian burn on his wrist and his knee. And the wrist was pretty bad, so I don't want him sweating, you know what I mean? He's gonna start, it burns. So giving him 2 days off.
Oh, damn, all right. So, but everything else is all right? Like, he didn't, get too banged up or anything on
No, he just didn't get up, Miguel. I don't even want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about why he didn't get up, bro.
No?
Just sitting there.
Did he take a knee? Did he do that Ryan Garcia, I'm staying down for the 10?
Going home. Yeah. Video games coming in 2, 3. Oh, man, I don't know, man. He said he got stuck in between the wall and the treadmill. Something happened that his skin just went away. The wrist was the worst. Yeah, the wrist, you could see it's all red. I mean, the knees weren't that bad, but yeah, got a little bit of a spill last night, so take a
Mm.
break. We got the Niners play tomorrow night anyway, so we'll watch that game.
All
Not be
right.
all stressed out about getting to the gym and then getting home.
Who do they got next week? I mean, no, Thursday.
Who do they play? It might be the Rams, dude. It could be a
Mm.
divisional game. It's not even that. They just the Niners are hurting right now. It kind of sucks. Look, I like seeing them fail, right? But
Fair enough.
but you don't like seeing them fail through injuries. Now I
Mm.
gotta say though, Miguel, this new Niner team in Santa Clara,
Mhm.
they get injured a lot. The Santa Clara Niners, because they're not SF anymore. That's all pretend
Yeah.
for TV.
Hmm.
The Santa Clara Niners, they get hurt a lot. This has been years of injuries that happen to them. So,
Mm.
well, it sucks. It's starting to become the norm where it's like, I don't know, bro. What are you guys doing over there? Like, what? You know what I mean? Hey,
Mm.
look, it's a problem throughout the league. Um, what they're saying, Miguel, is that they try to cut back on contact so much because of CTE.
Mm.
You know they have a pool day. Like in
Oh.
their union contract, there's like one non-contact day where they get to all just play in the pool or some shit with pool noodles and
Oh, geez. No, I didn't know that.
yeah, bro. They really try to cut back on contact
Wait,
during
we're talking
practice.
about the Niners or just the NFL in
No,
general?
the whole
Oh,
NFL.
shit. Oh.
So it is becoming a problem where are they too soft now? And then on Sunday you're supposed to be a freaking gladiator and
Mm.
you're tearing knees. You maybe you're keeping this correct, but now everything else is you're out of the league in 2 seasons because you blow your knees out. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Both. So we're seeing injuries throughout the league. It's not just the Niners. It's not just the Santa Clara swamp that they're playing on that they thought was grass. They're saying it got better. Who knows? It's throughout the league. It's a problem they have. Are they too soft now? But then when you go too hard, then you have the CTE pop up, right?
Yeah. It's
And
the lesser of two evils. Which one's the lesser of two evils, right?
yeah, rest in peace. They just lost Rudy Johnson, a running back, very young, 45, I believe he was. He committed, I want to say, he's gone.
Hmm.
Possible they're going to, they got to look upstairs on him too and what happened. But that's just sad.
Dang.
Yeah, it's sad.
There's times, man, where I see the way they hit one another. I'm like, oh, geez, the way they ran into another. I mean, they're coming in like full speed, especially like the one that always I kind of cringe a little bit are the kickoffs, right? Like kickoffs, the punt return, stuff like that. Like, dude, they're just going full fucking blast. Like they're gonna collide, and they do,
And
obviously, but shit.
And Miguel, this isn't just about a league NFL issue. This is little league. This is
Mm.
Pee Wee football all the way to NFL. Some of these guys, they've been getting their heads hit, right, since they were 7 years old, 8 years old. It's a nonstop, right? Especially if you're a lineman, you're a linebacker, and that's the only positions you're playing. How many dings you think you've taken throughout your career? So by the time they get to the NFL, there might be a study comes out one day. Well, we already know that college they've tried, but college got a lot of money. They got a lot of insight. They're like, hey,
Yeah, they can sweep it under the rug.
we're going to just say it's on. I don't know.
Yeah.
We ain't going down that rabbit hole. They got a lot of power. Everyone in power went through college, right? So if college really wanted to move some needles, they're going to move the needle. You know what I mean? And so I don't believe their lawsuit ever went through, but they tried. There's a lot of college kids that never make it to the NFL that have terrible brain issues, bro. I mean, you think of the stars, that's the 1% that makes it to the next level.
Right.
What about the 99% that don't, that take these head hit injuries? You understand? So there's a whole other list out there that doesn't get answered at all or, interviewed at all. This happens a long time. There's nothing the NFL can do that can maybe cure this. But as of right now, the Niners are hurt. The Niners are playing with backups everywhere. And so I like to watch.
Like I like to watch the backups fail. Shit, what can I say? Oh man, that's interesting. And they're playing in San Francisco or whatever. They're playing home game, I guess.
I don't know where they're playing tomorrow. I don't know. I'm not a fan. I only watch when they lose. If they start winning, they go up a few touchdowns. We change.
You're like, Junior, change channel. Fuck this.
Yeah, this is not the game I wanted to see.
They're about to hit this
hear
point.
Brock Purdy's great. I want to hear question marks about this team. I want to hear
Right.
where are they?
I want to hear serious doubts about these teams. That's what I want to hear. I want to hear people doubting this.
Someone's all, this guy's a fucking hater.
Like, who the fuck is this guy? Man, I'm gonna post a fucking comment on one of these videos here.
Look at
I'll be like,
Miguel.
man, forget this guy.
It's my
Oh,
birthmark,
damn.
baby. Right? When I was younger, I banged this shit. Seriously. We don't go there. Raiders, Niners is war.
It is, right? It's Crips and Bloods up in there. Shit.
Right.
how
Fucking
it
play
is.
around. I got stories.
And I'm sure we would love to hear one.
No, yeah, not for this one.
Not for this
You know what,
platform.
dude? I am surprised I was never put on YouTube though, because I was filmed. At the end, oh no, bullshit. No, we can. Hey, fuck that. Oakland was our shit. You don't come to Oakland, bro. That's our shit. Every Oakland fan, I'm not going to get into it. Everyone from Oakland knows it, right? And I'm talking Raiders. I'm not talking the streets of Oakland. I don't want to hear that BS. I'm talking about the Oakland Raiders. You understand? That parking lot to the fucking arena was ours. So, oh yeah, there was some times where when I'd go home like I might. Hey, I made the newspaper one time. Oh yeah.
Oh, for that or something else?
Oh no, for a Raider game. I harassed a fucking
a security guard.
A reporter. No, a fucking reporter, eh?
Who was it? Do you remember who it was?
Hey, Jim Plunkett. I know you don't know him, but he's it was Jim Plunkett. Yeah, it was Jim Plunkett had to get me off of him. And not in a violent way. I was just talking shit. You know, I caught him in the parking lot though. He had made him long walk in.
Damn. It was like the beginning of the Natural Born Killers. Like, hey, why you gotta fuck with me? Why you gotta fuck with me? It's like, hey, you and your bitch, what's up?
Talk to the, hey, they remember the newspaper. You ever read the newspaper? Were you alive back then?
I was. I mean, but I read like the Spanish one, La Opinión in LA. That's the only one that I ever really read.
So there was
had it.
Yeah, so you had reporters that would write for the sports column or whatever, and that's the only guy you'd read. So what was his name? Dick? No, that's the president.
Well, we're gonna Google you. We're gonna Google you at some point and be like,
"That's a good one." No, he was a little jerk though. I caught him, but yeah, those things happen. Oh, I got one. I got a non-violent one. You want to hear a story? I got a story.
Can you make it violent so it can be more interesting?
No, that's not good.
Fine.
One time my uncle, he worked for a city. Did I tell you this one? My uncle worked for the city of San Francisco, and he had to die.
And he had what?
He had dye. He had coloring, dye coloring.
Gotcha. All right. I thought you were saying he had to die.
It doesn't ring a bell?
No, it doesn't ring a bell, no.
Fuck yeah. All right. So, one day we're at the Raider game. It's pouring. It's raining. Miguel, the whole stadium's getting filled with water, right? My uncle goes, hey, in the trunk of my car, I got 1 gallon worth of some neon green dye that I bet you I could light up this whole parking lot with if we release it. I go, what do you mean? He goes, this shit, you put this into the fucking sewer and it goes miles, I guess, right? And wherever the leaks are, they find them, right?
Yeah.
I said, that's pretty cool. Where's it at? So I take it, walk a few cars down, bam, dump it, go back. He goes, you do it? I said, yeah, I did it. He goes, all right, let's go to the game. I'm going to go inside the game. Totally forget about it, Miguel. Totally forget about it. Swear to God, like second quarter, third quarter, why did someone walk down and he's got neon green footprints, bro? I started fucking hating him, uncle. We sat like, he's my older cousin. He's like an uncle, but he's an older cousin. We sat in the second row. And so we started laughing like, look, it worked, bro. When we went out of the stadium, like to the where you go down, you walk down to get out of the place. You oversee the whole stadium, right? The stadium's higher than the parking lot. Excuse me, you oversee the whole parking lot. Stadium's higher than the parking lot. It's the whole fucking thing. The whole fucking thing. Bro, we would have made the news. If that happened in today's world, that absolutely would have went viral because it worked. It absolutely worked, bro.
That would have been a fucking hate crime or some shit. And be like, these guys got arrested.
It was just, it would have been, it was awesome. That was a good one. So that was a good one. Yep, that was a non-violent one. But yeah, those days are over. Hopefully they will come back. I don't know if you know this, but the Oakland Coliseum was sold to a sports investing group.
Oh shit, no.
So they are interested in bringing back football. I don't know what that means about the NFL, but Oakland
Mm.
has been the arena has been sold to a sports group.
Oh shit! And was this recent?
Yes. Yeah, it doesn't get finalized until February of 2026, I believe, is when the last payment is. But Oakland has like released all of its rights to them for the land.
Damn.
So they don't own any of that land anymore. And that was the big hiccup on they need, there's guys with money that like don't need anybody. You know what I'm saying? In Oakland, they don't know how to fucking get out of their own way. That's why they lost everything. But anyways, back to our show, dude.
Hey, this is storytellers right here. I'm listening,
Yes.
bro. I'm listening to
I'll
all these
try to
fucking.
remember non-violent ones.
Okay, fair enough. If you want to hear a non-violent one from me, I stole a banner from from a fucking fight. If that counts at all. It was raining. I had to use nail clippers because I didn't have scissors to cut the damn. It was Canelo Amir Khan. I grabbed that shit. I grabbed two of them. Me for my then chick. I was like, fuck this. It was all muddy and shit because it was raining. Yeah, it was one of those. Sort of those kind of crimes.
Yeah,
And for a buddy, I did also steal. Uh, I went to go watch Rafael Marquez and Juan Manuel Lopez at the Mandalay Bay, I believe, and there was like some sort of banner, some Marquez banner, Rafael Marquez, and I just snatched that bitch, walked out of there. No one said a fucking shit, and I gave it to my buddy because he asked me for it. I was like, yeah, I think I don't give a fuck.
we must have seen each other, Miguel.
I have to assume we did. For as many
Yeah.
fights as I've been to, I mean, not as media, but in the crowd, I'm pretty sure we had Tef Cross. I mean, I did tell you that me and Lee Cross, right, our homeboy Lee Honish, he went to WrestleMania 12 at the Arrowhead Pond of Anaheim, where I was at. Me and my buddies were
That's
at, dude.
right.
It's like holy shit! Like we had no idea we're in the same building.
Hmm.
1996, March 31st, 1996. Fucking crazy.
Nice.
But crazy how the world works like that, huh? Alrighty. Speaking of the world of boxing. We're going to start off today with a couple of stories from Andrew. No, I'm kidding. From this recent information that's come out over the last few days in regards to Zuffa Boxing, the boys over at Zuffa that are dipping their toes or actually getting, like I should say, cannonballing into boxing full-fledged. Number one, got themselves a Paramount Plus deal, so they are going to be in the same streaming service where the UFC will have their fights. And that's supposed to start in 2026. However, there have been some articles that I've read online already that say it might start as soon as December. So we're talking a few months from now, right? So it's not even the beginning of 2026, but rather the last month of 2025. So we're going to start off there. That's going to be where we're going to be. I guess we have a date now, right? We have a date when they're planning to kick things off. As I understand it, Dana White is supposed to go on social media today with some sort of announcement or something. He's supposed to go live. I don't think it's happened yet, but for anybody who's listening at this point, by all means, check it out. I'm sure by the time we're done with the show, we'll find something about what exactly he announced. But they've made some announcements regarding how they're planning to look. Number one, a new ring design. Now, for those of you who don't know, when the UFC started, one of the guys who developed the Octagon was actually somebody who worked on the movie Conan the Barbarian or Conan the Destroyer, whatever movie it was. It was a Conan movie with Arnold from the 80s, right? And one of those scenes has like an octagon basically made of rocks or something like that. So they had all these fucking crazy ass ideas to get crack-a-lackin', right? It kind of sounds like they're going down the same path here with, getting into boxing. They're planning to make some sort of change to the ring design. If you guys ever watch bare knuckle boxing, there's one league or organization that has a triangle for a ring. There's one that's like a straight up circle. Somehow they get round ropes. I don't know how the fuck they do that, but that seems to be where they're going. They want a completely different, or I should say different, but a new, fresh look, I guess. So before we get into some of the other stuff that they're trying to do, Andrew, what do you think of this? A new fucking ring, really?
I gotta say, every time Dana White opens his mouth about this TKO business, I get less worried about what his presence is going to be in boxing. Seriously. And this is one of the biggest ones that I see is going to be a very big hurdle for real boxers to get over is you're going to basically give up what you've been doing your whole life to go down, prance around for lesser money, right? Not have an avenue of ever becoming a Floyd Mayweather, right? To go fight for TKO and go fight in a octagon ring, whatever. It's weird. It's not going to fly with the old heads. I don't see anyone buying into it.
Will it fly with the new heads, the more younger ones? Like, does it look cool, hip?
I don't think
Because
they.
yeah, huh?
Uh, we have to see what their numbers do before we go there. I don't know how many, and I mean, you're a UFC fan that likes boxing, so there
Yeah,
has to be some, right?
sure, sure.
Um, I don't know how many there are, right? A lot of boxing fans that I know do not like the UFC.
Are they on the older side, like
Yeah,
age
well,
wise? Okay.
yes, yeah. I mean, I'm 45. I don't. Yeah, I would say everyone is probably that I talk to mostly is probably going to be near 40 and up now. Yeah, I don't. I mean, I have my nephews. They watch both, but you know what? I don't see them buying a lot of UFC stuff, dude. Once again, I think UFC has a very, and we bring this up constantly, and it's going to get brought up constantly until this Paramount thing starts and they prove their numbers.
Hmm.
They have a serious problem of streaming on their side. Okay, where people are watching the fights, but they're not paying to watch the fights.
Mhm.
I don't see of any parties like that where they're like, oh yeah, we're having the UFC tonight, pay-per-view, everyone's hanging out. No, but they might be on their phone
Mhm.
watching it. You know what I mean? So they have a serious issue with that. But they watch boxing, so they do watch both, but they're not investing in both. One of them is totally being illegally streamed. Do you understand?
Mhm.
And maybe they both are. I mean, that's something boxing. Hey, last time I checked, our pay-per-view numbers aren't great either. We really need to see how many of our fights are being illegally streamed. Like we know Floyd Mayweather used to get streamed. They said that all the time, right? A million illegal streams happening tonight. Um, but what
And
is it?
we have few of them too. Like I'm gonna say we, but like boxing in general has fewer and fewer pay-per-views. It's they're obviously going in the way of just regular streaming. The UFC has one pay-per-view every month, pretty much, with a couple of exceptions here and there. So people are going to be streaming. They're not going to be able to fork up that kind of cash every single fucking month. And for boxing, it's a little more doable because when the only ones, at least currently, that are on pay-per-view are PBC, and they did one in fucking 2 months ago, and they're going to do I think it was July, and then they're going to do one in November or October, whatever it is. So yeah, so it's just there are fewer boxing pay-per-views pretty much than there are UFC pay-per-views.
Yeah, yeah. So
This thing sounds kind of wacky. Like the more that you mention it, it's like every time he says something, you're like, okay, who's gonna go with that? And earlier you said, these guys who have practiced their whole life and trained in a fucking ring are gonna go with Zuffa or TKO into boxing, into this weird wacky shit. They're not really, like, I don't think they're gonna make less money, because I don't think other guys that are up here are gonna fight for them. It's gonna be the dudes coming up, right? They're the ones that are gonna be, all right, well, I guess if they're gonna pay me X amount of dollars, I can go into this wacky ass chain link fence ring or whatever and then do it. So I don't think it's gonna be the guys that are gonna get paid a fuck ton of money. They're gonna go to this, right? It's gonna be the ones that are coming up, right? The guys who haven't got those big bucks yet. That's the way I'm looking at it. But when they see this new, whatever new ring they're trying to create or whatever, and again, he hasn't really gotten into details as far as that goes, but I can't imagine like how much uh like how much better it can be. The MMA kind of needs a chain link fence because there's grappling and they fall through the ropes. It's happened before. It happens all the time. So you need something to contain them in, right? Because of the constant grappling. In boxing, that's kind of unnecessary, really. I don't know. I can't even really fathom what ideas they have as far as like what improvement they can put onto the ring. I don't know. I mean, any ideas come to mind? Do you think like, okay, maybe they can do this to improve it to some degree, or maybe they're not really trying to improve it. They just want to make it look different.
I think that's all it is, Miguel. They don't want to go with the boxing model because he's been saying it's bad, it's dead, it's this. Well, how are you going to get into the sport and justify you copying everything about it 25 fucking years later? What I keep saying. Like if we went and got sound bites of what Dana White sounded like in the early 2000s, it's a joke what he's doing today, and he knows that. That's why he's like, well, we're going to change the Ali Act. We're going to change the boxing ring. We're going to change the pay scale. Like, stop it.
Oh,
right?
and the rules.
Well, wait, hold on.
Okay.
What I want to tell all the young, because see, look at what they're going to try to do is they're going to try to get the bottom feeders.
Yes.
The gatekeepers, right? The guys that have been maybe, what's the word? Taken advantage of? What's the word for that, right? Mistreated for a long time, right? You guys need to understand you possibly are looking at a significant raise by the promoters, the sanctioning bodies that are involved in these fights. They're going to be looking to invest more money into you guys to keep you on their ratings, their rankings.
When you say you guys, you mean younger fans or fans in general? Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Contenders, prospects.
I see.
I'm not talking about the 1% anymore. We're talking about everybody else. Before I'm a gatekeeper going, you know what? Screw boxing. All I've ever gotten is ripped off. I'm going to go look over here. Don't just sign a contract with this new company without negotiating other contracts with these other companies or for fights. If Dana White is trying to lock you into a 3-year deal, I'm not signing. If that's what this whole TKO thing is, if you sign with us, you're signing for this amount of years. Don't do it, dude. Don't do it, because he might keep you busy enough to where you can't get other fights anywhere else. So there might be something in that. You better have lawyers read those contracts that you can even go and fight for other companies.
Yeah, chances are they can't. I mean, no UFC fighter can't. Right. No UFC fighter can do that unless there's some sort of like permission, which is rarely given. I think the only time I can picture or can imagine a time that it was an exception was Conor and Floyd. That's really the only other time. Besides that, when you sign with the UFC, it's sort of like with the WWE. When you sign, they have ways around considering you like a independent contractor, but yet you're still exclusive to them, so you're really not independent. They've been doing that shit for the longest fucking time.
It's like what the PBC did to Top Rank, or what the PBC did to the welterweight division on a much larger scale, and it won't happen overnight. How you've always said it.
Yeah,
this is for the long term.
Sure.
But as they continue to build their rankings with prospects, gatekeepers, bottom feeders, showcase fighters, all of the above, who's going to be left for our champions and our real prospects? The guys that come out knowing they're going to make $100,000 to fight out of the Olympics, right? There's not a lot of them. I'm not saying it's every Olympics.
It's the 1%, right?
Yes. But when these guys do come out, who's going to be left to fight them if they're all fighting over here? Because these guys are paying $75,000 for any fighter to just. I forgot what the pay scale is. Do you have the pay scale?
I could pull it up, but no, I don't remember right offhand.
Pull that up. For what we need, I want to know what the pay is for just an everyday Zuffa TKO fighter is going to be.
Okay, let's see here. Where are we at here? Zuffa's pay structure involves a guaranteed base for unranked boxers of $20,000, with increasing payouts of higher rankings reaching $125,000 for number 3 or number 4, and $375,000 payout for championship challenge, and $750K for a championship defense. So we're starting out at the very bottom rung at like $20K.
Now, unfortunately for Zuffa, the problem they're going to have is boxing's 1% has enough money to clear those checks.
Sure.
All right. When you got guys making $3 million on these little startup fights, $2 million, they can drop 20K. They never had to before, but I'm just saying, Miguel, I think push comes to shove. Yeah, go ahead and shoot them 20,000. We'll get them to fight. This is what I mean by don't bite too fast on this new TKO thing, because I think the pay scale is going to go up everywhere. Matter of fact, I think those are your starting numbers. What is on that chart?
Mm-hmm.
If I'm talking to anybody else, that's what we're starting with, right? If I'm ranked 3rd, 4th of this, you got to match that.
Yeah.
Right?
It's bargaining. It's leverage, right?
Yes, and they're gonna have it until Zuffa's out of here. They're gonna have it. The leverage will be on the that now the little guy that never had it before. He might have gotten paid per round, right?
Right.
He might have got paid $5,000, $10,000. Like it's been sad on some of the purses for fighters coming up or fighters on the end of their career. That all might change. Don't bite too fast on the Zuffa thing. We'll see how it goes. Oh, this is another thing too, you guys. We need to stop acting like he struck a deal with Paramount separate from the UFC deal. Zuffa put both of those together when they did the $7 billion. Know that. Don't. This isn't no. They didn't make $7 billion on UFC and making another $500 million on the boxing. Stop it. Prove it. Prove me wrong. I know Dana listens, so prove me wrong, Dana. Okay, come show me the contract.
This is where you have to bring up your coffee mug and be like, "Prove me wrong, prove me wrong." One of those kind of things. But no, yeah, definitely. I mean, that's part of the $7 billion. There has to be. There's no fucking way. I mean, it's any other different than that. The addition to this here, new rules. Now, again, he hasn't mentioned what new rules we're talking about, but I don't know if it's rules to the boxing match or like, is he going to do the whole incentive, like $20K to fight, an extra $10K to win or some fucking shit like that? Because that's what, like those incentives that he does with the UFC as well. What they call the show money and then the win money. That's what they usually call it in the UFC at least. But new rules. I can't even imagine what is there. Are they going to get point deductions for running too much or stalling too much or clinching too much? I can only imagine I can't even imagine, I should say, what other rules they intend to add. I mean, I have to assume that's what it is. They're adding rules. I mean, they're certainly not removing them, that's for damn sure. They're not going to get a new 10-point must system or anything like that, I don't believe. But even it's already bad enough that they're trying to amend the Ali Act, but apparently they're going to try to change the rules to some degree. What do you think of that?
Yeah, no, listen. I thought it was bad what I heard today, what I heard this week when he said they want to change the ring. I thought that you can't get any worse than this. I was like, just like, give me more, right? Now you're talking rule changes. Listen, I'm telling you right now, if they try to bring up this, we don't want any, what was it, Tom and Jerry, I think they kept referencing to Shakur and Cepeda. He's done. I was gonna say cooked. I'm not young. I won't look like one of those NFL guys that are hella trying to be the new slang. No.
For real. No. No. What's it? No cap.
Yeah, exactly. No. He's done, Miguel. Now you're eliminating all the guys with skill, because we all know that boxing has its place of movers, face forward, right? We love styles.
Mm-hmm.
We love styles. We love the styles that come behind the flag that the fighter represents, right? Sometimes the style is the flag, right? It's the fighter of the flag, right? So we Mexicans have always it's Mexican. What do they say? Mexican style boxing, yes, stuff like that.
Yeah, or Cubans. We know how Cubans fight, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Yes, bro. We're not touching that.
But is that what you heard? Like, you just heard? Did you think that's what they're trying to improve on?
No, it was what you just said about. What did you just say?
The new rules, but I don't know like what exactly rules are going to be changing.
What I'm saying, Miguel, what I mean by that is if you take away movers, well, that's Cubans and Americans, American boxers, good American boxers, right? Your Floyds, your Shakurs, your Sugar Rays, your Muhammad Ali's, your Roy Joneses, your Oscar De La Hoyas from 9 to 12 in this Felix Trinidad fight, because he looked every bit of American in that night. You understand? The jab, the footwork, it was all on point. The combinations, it was all on point. He changed me. He went. That was the night I was like, yeah, boxing might be a little bit better than fucking face first. And
right,
man, this looks smooth.
Yeah, it's like he can do that and still win, and not get a fucking headache. Oh, geez, okay. I guess we could do that then.
So we don't want to take that element away. And I got to tell you, I'm going to jump real fast, but it's connected. You know, I wanted to bring that up last show, Sunday, when we talked about the UFC that I watched it.
Yeah.
You know, one thing that I missed in the UFC, bro?
Hmm.
Correct me if I'm wrong. They don't attach the main style to fighters anymore. And I miss that. I miss being able to back a guy because he was a 7-time black belt in fucking karate and then show him breaking 7 bricks in a row. I miss the freaking, this guy comes from Russia and he's a military sambo fucking black belt. You're like, damn. It's like they didn't have that. It's just, this guy comes from here, he's from there, and I'm over here like, what styles are they? Oh, well, they kind of do everything. I'm like, I believe the UFC, that's what got them to where they were. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, right? American wrestling, right? I think that's what got them there. Russia, whatever styles that they bring, they kind of have a mixture. But the fighter had something to stand behind. We're not really seeing that anymore. Maybe that's why their ratings are dropping. We're gonna see when Paramount kicks off. No more fucking bullshit. I gotta say, the constant losing of contracts. Yes, he's getting 3-year, 5-year deals, but the fact that he's only getting one of those every time he lands somewhere can't tell me that his ratings are NFL. The NFL doesn't buy a new fucking channel every time they are up, right? The NBA, the NHL, we don't have to look for these stations. These guys have been on the same stations for years, right?
Mm-hmm.
ESPN being one of them. Boxing and UFC were both on it and got kicked off. What does that tell you about our ratings? You can't then turn around and go, no, they have the same ratings, dog.
Yeah.
Just saying. So, we're going to know that part. I wish the UFC would get back to that. Now, back to boxing. That's what we love about our sport. That's what I love about our sport. I want to stick with that. So I don't want any rules changing that is gonna hurt a fighter being able to do what's been legal for the last 50,000 years. I don't even, when did boxing start, dude? When do we say it? When's the first Olympic?
Well, gloved boxing, 150 years at least.
There you go. So that's my take on that.
All right. And again, we don't know what exactly rules they plan to change, if they're going to enforce some sort of penalty for running too much or something. I guess we're just kind of sort of speculating here because we don't know the full details yet. But on top of that, a new Zuffa belt, a Zuffa championship. As I understand it, they're only going to be recognizing their Zuffa championship in their Zuffa League / promotion, and the Ring magazine, which of course is backed by Turki Al-Sheikh. So they're going to go that direction. Now, I don't. It seems as though, I mean, and I want to say I vaguely heard it because there's so many things coming out. I'm not even entirely sure if what I'm hearing is accurate or if I'm misremembering, and maybe I read it in a comment somewhere, somebody suspecting this is how it goes. But in the UFC, there's usually just one champion per weight class. That's usually the way it is, at least. The only rare time that there are more than one is when the champion is out for a while and there's an interim champion. At some point, when the champion comes back, they unify and there's one champion again. The fact that the UFC is kind of starting already, or I should say Zuffa is starting already with like 2 belts, their own, and then the ring. Why not just do the fucking ring, or whatever? But they're already doing their own. The way it sounds is though whoever does make it to a Zuffa championship belt is somehow earning the right to fight for the ring title. I don't know how that would work if, let's say, Terrence Crawford has the ring belt, right? And who the fuck is gonna, what is he gonna? Are they gonna do a deal with him? How's that gonna work? I don't know. That's kind of weird. I'm a little concerned that the Ring magazine is going to start losing a lot of credibility with some of these champions that they're going to end up crowning at some point. Because I mean, how are we going to get them? These guys get their Zuffa championship belts, that earning them a right to fight, for the Ring magazine title, which is supposed to be the lineal title, like the legitimate champ. But those guys don't. If they're the champ over there, doesn't want to work with the Zuffa guys, like, no, fuck y'all, I ain't gonna fight you, fucking dudes. We're kind of stuck, I mean, I don't know, but
this would be like if the Pride sent their Pride champion up to the UFC and said, now you get a shot right away at the UFC champ. We're going to make it tomorrow. What has happened in all of those instances when that fight has taken place?
Oh, I don't know.
How has the Pride champion done?
They've done shit. They've done garbage.
Thank you.
Straight fucking shit.
And that is going to continue in the Zuffa. We're going to now just kick you right up to go fight Terrence fucking Crawford because you won the strongman contest? Woo! I'm Terrence. I'm like, line them the fuck up. Listen to me. They are going to have the bottom feeders, right? They're not recognizing the belts. So all those guys that are in the top 10 of all those belts, they're probably out of the price range, I would say, because they're on the hunt for world championships. They're in the big stage, right? So your number one ranked fighter is going to be top 20 maybe in the world on the big scale. Your number one guy would only be top 20 in the big scale,
or 15 at best,
or 15 at best. Come on now, that's easy money.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, but that means they're gonna have to negotiate a championship fight. They're gonna have to fucking figure out how they're gonna do this. Like, it just seems like it's gonna be a pain in the ass to deal with these motherfuckers.
It won't be a pain in the ass because Turkey has the money that makes everything. Remember, we will talk about negotiations in a little bit, right? You got a negotiation story coming that Turkey's involved. He makes all problems go away because if he wants it, money makes everything go. Everybody has a price on the planet. It's sad, but that's what it sounds like as I get older, right?
Right. Like the $1 million man, Ted DiBiase in the WWF would say, everybody's got a price.
Everybody's got a price, and it makes all problems go away. Terrence 2 years ago said, man, there's reasons why there's weight limits to this thing. Then they gave him extra money. Now all of a sudden he's the super middleweight champ. I'm just fucking with Terrence.
Canelo would be like, yeah, fuck him, I'll never. It's like, oh wait, how much? Yeah, I'll give up my belts, sure.
Yeah. This is only going to happen until Turkey's done overpaying for bottom feeders to go up and get annihilated by real champions. That's all that's going to happen here. For a while, he's going to overpay everybody, because I honestly think everyone's getting a pay raise with this new format that we have coming in boxing.
It raises the bar basically for everybody else. Huh?
Absolutely raises the bar, because I'm sorry, now, Miguel, if I'm talking about providing for my family and one guy's saying I'm going to make 20 grand out the gate while the other guy's telling me I make 700 per round, I hear, or 1,000 per round, I hear, guess where I'm going? Right? And I'm going to try to do as many fights as I can in a year. I'm a bottom feeder. I'm a UFC fighter. I'm a cage guy, right? That's how these guys are going to be looked at, right? I mean, they're never going to be looked at as a top 10. I don't think Dana White wants them as a top 10.
Well, top 10 where? If they're not going to recognize the sanctioning bodies, so there is no top 10. I mean,
there is no top 10.
Not for them. I mean, they'll have their own rankings. I'm sure the way the UFC has their own rankings, but really that's it. They're going to be top 10 for them, but really on the global stage, like the sanctioning bodies do. Yeah, I definitely think so. On that note, for those of you who might remember earlier this year, Dustin Poirier decided to retire. I mean, he was at the end of his career, got paid some good money with his Conor McGregor fight, so he's out the door. And unfortunately, it didn't turn out the way he wanted. He ended up losing to Max Holloway. However, he recently came up, turned up on social media. I mean, he's always been on social media, but decided to take to social media to give us a little bit of I don't know, maybe a little bit of a teaser. He says, Zuffa Boxing, 12 rounds. Me and Nathaniel, of course, talking about Nate Diaz, says, I'd do it. Only one more fight, I take it. Now, what has Andrew been saying for at least several months now, that at some point, the UFC, Dana, Zuffa, is going to have to bring over some notorieties, bring over some names to bring over some of that fan base. And what better way to do it than to bring some recognizable names who have fought in the UFC? So now we have interest here from from Dustin Poirier calling out Nate Diaz, saying, hey, you know what? For Zuffa Boxing, fuck yeah, we'll go 12 rounds. I'm down. people will tune in to watch that. People will tune in because they know who the fuck they are. And yes, it's not going to be the elite of the elite, right? But it's literally what Andrew's been saying for months now. This is what Dana's going to do. We have to assume this is the route that he's going to go. Now, again, it's not Dana saying this. It's not even him agreeing to it. For all I know, he hasn't even seen this news or the tweet that Poirier sent out. But I mean, come on, that's going to be pretty juicy. Like I would have to assume that should this come across Dana's tables, he'd be like, oh shit, oh okay, I think we can make that work. I'm pretty sure they can make something like that work. But anyway, yes, what do you think of that?
I absolutely see it happening. These guys will be guaranteed money in both. I know he's retired, but I'm saying once there's guys that are able to cross over. Look, if they do an octagon-like ring, it's perfect for all UFC guys to be like, oh yeah, oh, thank you, man. It's perfect for everyone to be do this crossover thing. Now, there's a lot of matchups that people want to see.
Mm-hmm.
They would, or not they wouldn't, not that they want to, like they're demanding a boxing match, but they wouldn't shy away from it either, right? If it's on, I'm watching. So it'll work for a while. Eventually, I think it will get old, as has the Jake Paul using these guys as boxing boxers when they're not, right? I think the MMA world got kind of tired of that shit, right? They want to see Jake in the fucking octagon more than they want to see guys trying to cross over to fight him as of now. But older UFC guys turning their rivalry over to boxing, over to get it down. Who was the Diaz and who's the young man he fought from Miami? They did a boxing match and it was pretty good. He had the Chavez on it. Remember, he had Chavez on his shirt.
Yeah, Jorge Masvidal, Game Bread.
There you go. Yeah. Thank you. Bring, they could do stuff like that, bro, where it'll work, and they'll get views for all their younger fighters to come on there. I don't know if Vargas Jr.'s on there. He has a loss on his record. Maybe he's fighting for them. I mean, you put, Nate Diaz and Fernando Vargas Jr. on a Saturday night on Paramount, that's probably going to get some views. You know what I mean? With the Mexican Americans out here. So they have an avenue for that. It was always going to be there. It also helps them pay their bill that they owe to Paramount too, at that $7 billion, right? Just more content, right?
Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. Right now I went online to see if I can find anything as far as Dana White going online, but nothing yet. I just read that.
I'm here. I'm trying too, bro. I'm trying to look for that too.
Yeah, just to see if anything pops up. But yeah, I mean, if it does pop up within the time, we're still on the air, quote unquote, then we'll make sure to bring it up to you guys. But yeah, I saw the information from Zuffa and I'm like, man. And look, as from a fan's perspective, there are times where well, first off, I believe they said that their schedule is right now looking like one card a month. So basically 12 cards essentially is what it is. I'm assuming they're going to do them on a different weekend than there is the UFC. So for the most part, for UFC fans like myself, oh shit, we got two pretty good cards, like a month at least, damn near guaranteed, right? Considering the fights are good, of course. But that's not including the other fight nights, because the UFC has one pay-per-view a month, but other smaller events in the surrounding weeks. So I was like, oh shit. When I saw that, I'm like, oh man, all right. So I can at least guarantee one boxing card. There are times where we went back in August, there was no real good boxing cards. Like, fuck. So this is where they're probably going to capitalize on that, right? It's like, damn, when there isn't, we had to wait till July for Pacquiao, was it fucking Barrios? And then again, we had to wait a little bit longer for Jake Paul, I guess, or whatever, whomever. September, I guess. Canelo and Crawford, and then October, a month later. All right, no biggie. We can wait a month, but there is a period sometimes where there's just no fights, no boxing fights. It's like, fuck. Well, this is exactly what I assume where Zuffa Boxing is going to come in and try to take advantage. If there's no other fighters fighting here, no other pay-per-views, no other major events going on, they're going to have at least a card that month.
Yeah, definitely have a card that month. What we need to know is how the fans are going to respond. See, something we know about the MMA. Not a lot of these companies made it that weren't labeled the UFC.
No, right? Very few.
And in boxing, we've had some good runs. USA Tuesday night fights went on for years. Championship boxing,
Friday night fights on
Showtime,
ESPN too.
Friday night fights, Showtime boxing, Showbox. That
Mhm.
one went on to Showbox. I'm not talking about the top 10 ones. I'm talking about the Boxing After Dark series and the Showbox series. Those went on for a long time, and those were a lot of the B-rated guys. They weren't gatekeepers, like two gatekeepers at the same time. Even though Ward did fight Gotti, you understand what I'm saying? They
Yeah.
have shown that there can be successful. What Dana needs to do is he needs to be able to bring in that level of performance, though. And what I'm afraid of is that we're going to see a lot of MMA level stand-up
Boxing. Hmm.
boxing. And that's not good for real boxing fans. And Miguel, there's nothing I fucking hate more than watching two grown-ass men throw hands that don't know what the fuck they're doing, right? Because
Hmm.
you can see flaws that it's Ngannou's never been knocked out in the MMA world, gets knocked out in his second pro fight. Out cold, out like game, life changing. Like the motherfucker ain't even been back in the
But
ring.
all right,
Has he
but do
been
you
back
think?
in the ring since the knockout?
I think he's been in MMA. I think he came back and
I
had one
said
MMA
the
fight. I think.
ring. See
Oh,
how smart I am? See? You gotta watch me, dude.
has he been between the ropes? No.
Hey, shut up.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
No, he hasn't. He has not. No.
I'm like AI, dude. I can make it my argument, bro.
Uh,
No, he has
make it
not
your
been in the
fire.
ring. So it's
No.
life changing. And I hate seeing this. It's like if you can
But
do
you think
this.
we'll see that? Like I don't think we'll see, like, I guess, an MMA level of boxing. I don't think we'll see that. I think we'll see kind of in between, like not elite by any stretch, not UFC stuff, kind of here. Because I assume that, yes, granted, they are going to get some UFC guys and some notoriety, some guys with some names to come over. I get that, but everybody else they're gonna be up and coming boxers. So I have to assume that it's gonna be good enough. Obviously, not like I would probably
You're
say
gonna get
C+ level, maybe.
you're gonna get sparring level opponents. You are gonna get oh, I just had a good one. Darn it. You are going to get all the guys that say they're boxers in the MMA world. And I see a lot. You see it every once in a while. I did boxing when I was young, right? You hear it in the interviews. A lot of these guys were boxers when they were young, did Golden Gloves, did whatever. All those guys are coming. All of them are coming. They're at least going to try it.
Hmm.
In my opinion, they're at least going to. The money's too good. Bro, 20 grand to fight. I mean, there's UFC guys that aren't making 20 grand to fight. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
right.
So, I mean, you're instantly at least interested if you have any type of stand up.
Hmm.
You already get punched in the face. I mean, shit, I see guys doing the slapathon. The fuck? Or no. Bare knuckle.
Oh, yeah.
Bare knuckle has to be the dumbest fucking sport on planet Earth. It really does. The way these men and women make each other look after those matches is disgusting. It's sad. It's sad that you can't find or maybe, you know what? Maybe it's they love being brutalized. Maybe it's those type of people, and then more power to you. I'm sorry that I'm talking shit, but if you ain't that person and you're so stupid that you have to get punched in your fucking face to where Miguel, the noses, the cuts, the swelling of the face, it's fucking brutal, bro. I feel sorry for those people. I really do. It's very sad. I hope that you love being brutalized to do something like that.
I hope you enjoy it.
It's a fetish, you know what I mean? Like stomp on my nuts with fucking high heels, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what it looks like, bro.
It's fishnets and paddles.
Yeah, De La Hoya type spoon shit.
Yeah, right. It's like, oh, and I get paid for this? Where do I sign?
I know, dude. It's gruesome.
Yeah,
it's gruesome.
I'll take $15K for a scar on my fucking eye. Sure. All right.
So
well, that was.
That's what I'm. Wait, let me end it.
Okay.
That's what I'm nervous about, bro. Is that if the boxing is, because we got to remember, this is what I want to tell you. His first sparring to get on the Canelo Crawford undercard did not go as planned. Matter of fact, did anyone hear anything about any of those guys making it? And I think it's because the boxing was so bad on that fucking telecast or whatever. They're like, bro, you can't put this on pay-per-view. Guys are hitting each other behind the head. Dudes were running away, fucking ducking. turning their backs. It was some ugly boxing. We can't have that, or I'm not tuning in. I don't care if there's nothing to watch. I'm not tuning in.
Yes, perfect. Great way to end it, because I was trying to move on to the next topic and I wasn't sure how to cap it. So thank you for that. All right. So this one is kind of a two-parter, but kind of one because it involves Turkey. This one, I guess, doesn't directly involve Turkey, but it kind of sort of does. And it doesn't really involve boxing, but it kind of sort of does. EA Sports recently was sold for $55 billion fucking dollars, and went private. So no longer public, now private, which is the largest all-cash sponsor-backed take-private investment in history. The buyers include Newcastle's owners, the Saudi Public Investment Fund. EA has the largest catalog of sports games, entertainment, and industry, which means this purchase could affect the Madden's exclusivity rights to the NFL. They're making big waves, right? I mean, it's kind of a big deal. We always talk about Saudi Arabia and Turkey al-Sheikh not just coming into MMA boxing or UFC and boxing and WWE, but now apparently video games. I just wanted to throw this in here because my next story is about Turkey. It's not really related to this, but it's just like, oh shit. It's like every time we bring up Turkey, we talk about Saudi Arabia and the impact they're having on our forms of entertainment and sports in general. And now it's even down to fucking video games. $55 billion. Jesus, can I get a piece of that?
Do you remember when $1 billion used to mean something? Why are the Saudis making it seem like a billion's a million?
Because it probably is to them. That's probably why.
You've got to think at some point their accountant is going to walk into the prince's quarters and go, "Sir, we've kind of spent a lot. The last few years, I mean, come on. 7 billion, 5 billion, billions to the NHL, billions to the what was it, Indy Racing?
Oh, F1 Formula One?
F1 Formula. Like, I mean, I don't know. They're spending a lot of money. Just seems like, when did he become Prince? When did he get this credit card? Because is he taking account of what he's spending, bro? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Who gets the statement at the end of the month? Who's got to fucking sign that fucking check?
$55 billion for a video game seems like a whole lot of money. It really does. For a fucking video game?
A video game maker.
I know those things make a lot of money. They do.
Well, gaming's huge, yo.
Gaming is huge. I don't know if sports gaming is bigger than war gaming. COD, Battlefield, Fortnite, I would sort of consider still on the war side, right? You're obviously you're not going to say that's a sports game. I don't know if those are the two are the same. I see a lot more kids playing the war games than I see them playing sports games, right? Once again, it kind of is nervous that EA even sold because, to be honest with you, we know that these war games can make $1 billion in a few months, right? When all their add-ons that they do, oh, here's a new map, here's a new fucking outfit, here's a new gun package, blah blah blah. $20, $25, $11. Like, money just goes to these games when they're online. You know what I'm saying? 55 billion might not be that much, right? To a COD company or a Battlefield company, Fortnite company, right? Why did EA Sports sell? Did they sell because they are seeing that their numbers are dropping? I got to tell you, Miguel, it's been a while since I've bought these games anymore. Kind of my kids just play the online stuff now. Like, soon as they put out the stuff on the PS5 where they can download it, sometimes I think they've even purchased the game through downloading. Maybe the sports is seeing there's a decline in Little League sports. We know that. There's a decline in football. We know that. And maybe they see their numbers are going down. They're like, it's time to get out of this while we sell while we're hot. These guys are interested. Let's at least look at the number. When they looked at it, they're like, "Holy shit! Yeah, it's time to retire." That's
Yeah.
retire money, man.
Yes, that's retirement for you and your kids and
Yeah.
your kids' kids. So on that note, the next story here is about Turkey. Apparently, he thinks he has eyed some sort of double header next year, February, specifically headlined by David Benavides and Devin Haney. So let me go to read this here. Turkey Al Sheikh is eyeing a Riyadh season supercard in February 2026. Mind you, they specifically use the word super, probably because of the Super Bowl, with David Benavides and Devin Haney as potential feature fighters if both win and are healthy following their bouts at the Ring 4 card is going to be taking place November 22nd. Mike Coppinger has revealed. So, all right, fight announcements. All right, it seems as though considering these guys win now. Benavides has Anthony Yard or Yarde or Yardy. I think it's just Yard, which is no knock on Yard, but it's damn near a guaranteed win for Benavides. But Haney, on the other hand, has Brian Norman Jr. in November. I don't know how that one's going to go. He is. I think damn it, I wish I had the odds, but I think he's like a slight favorite. I think it was Devin. But anyway, yeah. So I don't know. I don't know how he's gonna get past Brian Norman, especially considering all the shit that he's dealing with outside of the boxing ring. But all right, let's say, for the sake of argument, he does win and he goes on. Does this sound like a good card to you, Andrew? Headlined by Benavides, and then maybe, I mean, I have to assume he's going to be the main event, and the co-main event will be Devin. But they're going to do some sort of double header, or at least that's what they're thinking. Pretty decent card, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, look, David Benavides is one of the faces right now in boxing. Right, he hasn't gotten his full potential. But he's a name. Devin Haney's Devin Haney. I don't know how many fans. I think more people are going to watch to see him lose than to see him win. So that's but it worked for Mayweather. So hopefully, as long as Devin keeps winning, that's all he needs to do. I'm interested in it
What
now.
do you mean? What do you mean it works for Mayweather? Just win. It's just win. Is what you meant?
Yeah, and then people hated him. They wanted to
Oh,
see
I
him.
see. I see. Okay.
Yeah, remember he used to say it all the time. Like they pay to watch me, try to see me lose and to see me win. So that's kind of what Devin Haney's fallen into. Is this pay per view? Is this Netflix? Does it say where they're
Um,
gonna put this?
It doesn't. It just says super card headlined by Benavides Haney to February 2026. Yeah, as of right now, that's all. So
And
I
I
mean, I guess
guess
they're thinking too far ahead, really, because I mean, we don't even know if Haney's going to get past Brian Orman.
and I guess we can't. And I don't like that Turkey does that. He
Yeah, he
shouldn't
doesn't.
be.
I mean, he already told.
He does
Where
that a
was it
lot.
for Berlanga and Shiraz? He said that he's like the winner of you gets Canelo. Like
Yeah.
already banking that Canelo is going to beat Crawford.
Yeah. Um. Where was I going to tell you on that? Oh, I guess we know that it's not pay per view, right? Because he said no more pay per views. So what
Okay.
we need to know is if it's the Zone or if it's freaking Netflix. Because I got to tell you, I don't have the Zone anymore, dude.
Oh no, you got rid of it?
Yeah, I canceled it. I didn't. The last few fights, I think I've been doing the streaming or just not, maybe not even watching because Turkey puts them on. Hey, don't tell them. Don't tell Turkey. But they put them on Netflix pretty fast, bro. I'm like, really, you guys? Like,
What? Netflix?
I mean, they put them on
Oh,
YouTube.
YouTube. Oh yeah. No, I knew
You
that.
seen
Like
that?
literally like 2 or 3 days later, it's there.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I can roll with this. You know what I mean? Like, because their fights aren't that. It's not like I gave up HBO in the heyday. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
Like their
Yeah.
fights are not that great every once in a while. Like it would be like this fight right here. You know what I mean? They give you one Devin Haney and David Benavides night, and then three of them are all UK fighters, UK nights. And it's like, well, I'm not paying fucking money to watch UK guys fight. And it's just I'm not doing it. So yeah, that happened. Don't tell Turkey though. I don't want him to now not put him on YouTube fast.
I know, right? He's like these two jerks over here talking about YouTube. Like, no, yeah, no more of that. Like Dana, Eddie, cut the shit off. No more of that stuff. But yeah, but I mean, I don't. I'm not. I'm a little. I'm not even 100% sure that this particular doubleheader is even going to go on as they're anticipating, because I'm not so sure Devin's going to get past Brian Norman, quite honestly. So I don't even know that's how they're going to. I mean, again, where we've already talked about it, we don't like the fact that Turkey does this and he tends to kind of jump the gun. But David, I'm sure Benavides will get past Yard, but I don't know about Haney. Haney, this one, I'm not entirely sure. But hey, you know what? This is what they're talking about. And then I thought I read somewhere. Maybe I might be mistaking it with something else, because again, I'm always reading different stuff. But I think it might even be in Saudi Arabia. I don't think they're going to do it here. I have to assume that if Turkey's talking about this, they might do it over there in Saudi Arabia. I suspect, at least. So
I believe you're right on that it was announced for Saudi Arabia.
yeah. But hey, and then it's going to be February 2026. So when is the Super Bowl again? When I fucking forget. We talked about it a while back, but Super Bowl 2026. Here we go. February 8th. Oh, so the 8th of February. Yeah, look at that. And it's calling it a super card. Oh my. Clearly we know what the fuck the son bitch is trying to do. Oh, what? Is it going to be Santa Clara? The swamp that you're talking about?
Yep.
Oh, damn.
And Bad Bunny is the halftime
yeah.
show, and that that made everyone lose their mind. You know, it's I told Junior right when I seen it, I was like, I don't know if that one's gonna fly. You know, you have to be a crossover star to do a stage like the Super Bowl, and Bad Bunny's not a crossover star. There's a lot of people that don't even know who Bad Bunny is. They had to look him up.
I heard of him when he wrestled in WWE for like 2 months. That's like when I was like, who the fuck is this guy? Because he was pretty athletic and he could do some shit. Other than that, I don't listen to any of his music.
I didn't even know he wrestled. That's hella funny. Bad Bunny was a WWE wrestler.
I want to say, I mean, I hope I'm not confusing it, but you know, WWE they always bring.
Come on, Miguel.
No, I'm almost certain, dude. I'm almost certain, because they bring in wrestlers, right? They brought Floyd. They do it all the time. They bring in guys. They brought in Evander Holyfield. They brought in James Buster Douglas. It happens, you know. They did it with Karl Malone and then Dennis Rodman. They do that shit all the time. So I'm almost certain, because I saw some highlights of him doing some shit, and I'm like,
I can guarantee you, Miguel, the last 5 performers, 10 performers, you can name a song, or I don't want to say you, but I can name a song off of all of their performers. I cannot name one Bad Bunny song, bro. I do not know Bad Bunny's music.
I want to say if I heard it, I'm like, oh, I recognize the chorus, but I wouldn't even have guessed that it was him. You know?
Yeah, and he did a collab with someone else where it wasn't even on his track. Do you get what I'm saying? There's a lot of that going on in the industry now, where you're like, oh, I heard that song, but it's not even his song. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, with that being said, I think that's his biggest problem, and I consider myself kind of young still. I'm 45. I listen to music all day. I have my daughter's 21. My youngest is, what is she, 7? I think she's 7. But I got a wide range of kids, right? 12 and 10 in between there. Not one song can I name of Bad Bunny's, bro. And I just got, no, it was not. I don't even know if it's going to go through, because what's going to happen is, with the backlash of the people saying they're not watching, they're not tuning in, the commercials, they're going to be like, you're not charging me $7 million a minute, and the ratings are going to drop as soon as the fucking clock strikes 0 on the second quarter. And that's when decisions will have to be. They're either going to, they might not drop them, but you'll see them add on, oh, we're going to have this person come and sing with him. Right? Try to ease things over. Yeah. I heard he doesn't even, and I don't know if this is true, Miguel, I heard he doesn't even have an English song. Is this true?
Oh, man, I have no idea. I know that the majority of the songs are in Spanish, but really, I have no fucking clue. I mean, that's how little I know who this dude is. I mean, again, I know who he is because of his popularity. That's why I thought he was a crossover, because I'm like, all right, well, I don't know shit. Dude, my brain, my music taste is encapsulated in the 90s, maybe early 2000s, but it's like all 90s, right? That's all I fucking listen to. And it's primarily like rock and grunge, because I like that kind of stuff, right? That's pretty much what I listen to. Nothing else. Like, when I get in my truck, I'm listening to fucking my YouTube or whatever of those songs. I don't listen to shit. Same. So you have some sort of access to current music because of your kids. I don't fucking even do that. So I heard of, you know, Bad Bunny from WWE or whatever, and then not that he was already Bad Bunny, and then he just came and did some appearances, had some matches, and he left again. That's what I remember. So I thought, well, if I know who this motherfucker is, clearly he's a hey crossover because I sure as hell don't know any of his music. So you'll be I will be hard pressed to try to find one song of his that I know. Number one, number two, that it is in English.
Yeah,
No, no fuck,
yeah. So
you know,
that's a big problem. I
but-
think it's called America's game, right? The hell.
right. Man. Speaking of not a crossover star, Hamzah Sheeraz is going to be no. Apparently, Sheeraz wanted to give us a little bit of a teaser recently, talking about how he's going to be announcing within the next couple of weeks some sort of fight announcement, making some sort of fight announcement. I'm gonna pull up this post here that I found online. But as we mentioned earlier, Turkey Al Sheikh did tell both him and Berlanga that the winner of you two will get Canelo. Unfortunately, Canelo's out of the picture. On top of the fact that, I guess we can talk about it here momentarily. He has some sort of elbow surgery coming up, so Canelo's going to be out for a little bit at least. But according to Hamzah Sheeraz here, or at least the Ring Magazine Instagram account, he has teased a big fight. Right, that's what it says. Big news. This is quote. Big news to come in the next few weeks. I'm sure boxing fans will love this one. All right. So if he's pretty, sure and almost guaranteeing that boxing fans are going to love this one, I have to assume that he's going to be fighting somebody, some sort of recognizable name. Now, I don't think it's going to be no fucking Terrence Crawford, for crying out loud. But if we can, I don't know, shoot a fucking dart, close our eyes and shoot a dart, who do you think his opponent would be? Andrew, who do you think? If there's anybody that comes to mind, are we talking, Jaime Munguia, who like Caleb Plant, like who the hell do you think would be in position to be like, all right, yeah, I'm gonna fight Hamzah?
Those are two good names right there that you had first mentioned. I mean, I don't. There's a wide list. I mean, we even talked about Triple G because he said he wanted to make a comeback the other day. Was it a potential Triple G matchup? No, he has a lot of avenues because he has money on his side, right? So kind of wherever he wants to go, I think Turkey will allow him to go, especially with the performance that he put in on Berlanga. That was a very good coming out show. He looked like he wasn't too big for the moment at all.
Yeah, that's a very good point.
I mean, seriously, they've already talked about Canelo. Is it possible Canelo takes a fight like that on a comeback? I wouldn't see why not. If Canelo was interested in still fighting these last two fights, it's definitely a fight that that Turkey wanted to see, right? He's not looking for Canelo to be undefeated when he retires. That's not in Turkey's plans, right? So if this was a comeback fight, it would catapult the guy that he really wants into that championship level of, give him a shot at Terrence or whoever. And for Canelo, it's a very good comeback fight for him. Back in the day, this fight would not be, what's the word? It would be looked at. Canelo coming back and fighting an opponent in the ranking of a Shiraz, very doable. Now in today's fight world, I don't know if it's doable. Because I've also heard about Canelo possibly going to the UK and taking on the winner of Eubank. No, taking on Eubank if he is to beat Ben in the rematch. It's a decent fight for Canelo too. He'd finally get his London fight, and Eubank would have two solid wins, two great turnouts, right? They're looking at 80,000 probably plus in both fights. You add Canelo's name to that, Eubank might be a star over there in the UK. So big moves for Chris Eubank Jr. too, coming up here against Conor Benn in the rematch.
Pretty interesting. I don't know. I no chance it'll be Eubank by chance, huh? I mean, this again, he's got the fight coming up, so it's not like Shiraz can guarantee that he'll have him because we don't know if he's gonna fucking even beat Conor Benn. But I don't think it's him. Huh? I mean, that the one that you
No.
mentioned was actually pretty good. Triple G, hearing him because we did, he did say he wants to come back and do one. I don't think he's going to come back for no title run or anything like that. I think he just wants a one and done kind of thing. This one seems like it'll be a pretty good one and done. I would say no against the banger that he is. I mean, not maybe at his age anymore or at this weight class, but he still fucking throws, right? And I mean, what better way than to have somebody who stands in front of him the way Sheeraz probably would and duke it out with him? I mean, that would be damn. I think you nailed it. I might have to go on as far as say like, yeah, I think it's gonna be Triple G with this announcement that he's gonna come back, and then Sheeraz saying, I think you fans are gonna love it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
It, I was looking to see if he has finally came out and said, "Yeah, I'm looking for that, and I'm looking for damn Dana White, Matthias Smith to take place January 10th, New York. Subriel Matias is set to defend his WBC super lightweight title against Dalton Smith. Fight bid of 1.9. See that though? You see that, Dana? The bid was 1.9 million. It's a long ways away from 20 grand, bro.
Yeah, or 350 grand.
Or 350 grand, yeah.
With that shit. So this is kind of a two-story one. They're not really related, but they kind of are. It's actually Canelo and Crawford news, but not Canelo Crawford, but and Crawford. Number one, we did hear that Canelo recently went, or it will be going under the knife. He's going to have some sort of elbow surgery, and I forget which specific one it is, but apparently he's going to have elbow surgery. Now we don't know to what degree it's like what serious how serious that surgery will be. I know I hear a lot from professional wrestlers who are always like taking bumps that it's just like chips, little things they got to just remove, right? So maybe it's something like that. We don't know how serious it is, but it's going to be out for a little bit, I have to assume. So he's going to probably rest for a hot minute. So we're not going to see Canelo in for a hot minute, but that one's just a short one in there because I know everybody's talking about Canelo here. But this one that I saw of Crawford on the I think it's Andre Ward's All the Smoke or whatever, talking about how his negotiations with Canelo took 9 hours. Now, when I read that, I was like, "Fuck!" Like, goddamn, like consecutively, like they were just going back and forth, saying yada yada yada. And when I brought up to you, Andrew, you're like, "Yeah, dude, that's actually pretty quick, pretty quick, pretty fucking fast compared to like some of the other negotiations that take place over the course of weeks, pretty much."
Yeah.
And it's like, well, I guess that's a good point because when I saw that, I was like, fuck. Like when I think 9 hours, I'm thinking like, goddamn, it's like a whole shift, at work or something. Like fuck. But yeah, I don't know. But I just thought that and I was like, damn, that's fucking crazy. Like I mean, to me that sounds crazy. To you, it's like, what the fuck, dude? That's like, wait, that's well easy.
We see in pro sports sometimes these guys go a whole off season. They still don't have a contract by the time the season starts, and now they're a holdout. So 9 hours isn't shit, man. 9 hours is basically paperwork had to get printed, probably. I mean, they still got to sign. They got to sign it too. You know what I mean? So I'm sure.
Like it would have taken 6 hours, but they're like, damn, my printer's out of ink. Gotta go fucking buy some. Let's go to Office Depot real quick and buy some fucking ink for the goddamn printer here.
You guys go have a long lunch. When you come back, this contracts will be here to sign. No, that's very good. I mean, look, that means that fighters were getting what they wanted, right? There wasn't too much back and forth going on there with the lawyers. So no, I'm very impressed. They're very impressed. That is probably too strong a word. Just happy, because Turkey is giving these guys what they want. They're not they're in a good place. I think boxing is in a good place right now. I know that I've changed my tune from last year, but it's because of the streaming, how streaming has gotten involved. Dana White, we'll see what his presence is, even though another platform wouldn't help, or not wouldn't do bad, I guess, for us. And then it's really the streaming. It's really what Jake Paul done. Jake Paul has pumped life into this sport by putting us back on the map on the streaming. I'm very interested to see what the UFC does on Paramount on their first one. Yeah.
The UFC or like is the boxing version or
no,
or
the
either
UFC.
one? Either.
The
Okay.
UFC.
Gotcha.
The boxing is gonna take time because they're not the best of the best yet. That
Yet, I
one
don't
needs
think
to
they'll
grow.
ever be. I don't think they'll ever be. if
You
that's
know
the
what I'm
case.
saying, though.
Right.
At least for their fan base, they're gonna be. It's just like the Pride guys, right? All of
Yeah.
those. There's some fans out there who go, I know this dude can take that guy in the UFC, and it's never the right one, but whatever. They'll have their guys still arguing for them. Um, but no, it's with Dana White's pay scale, seems that everyone's pay scale is going to have to go up. That's a positive thing for boxing too.
All right. This one here that just popped up here, I know it's kind of like a half story, but apparently Manny Pacquiao is close to finalizing a deal to fight for yet another world title at the age of 47. And of course, it has been revealed to some degree that it looks like it's going to be Rolly Romero.
You
Now,
see what I pitched today?
you see what?
Did you see what I pitched on Manny Pacquiao today?
Uh, no, what'd you pitch?
On Facebook, dude. Facebook Mad Boxing.
Oh, did you? No, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Did
Okay, go on with your
you mean you
story.
posted it? You posted it? What do you mean?
Yeah.
Oh shit, no.
Now go
Yeah,
on with your
I don't
story
think
then.
well, I mean, it's not my story, but anyway. But yeah, now we talked about it recently because we're talking about Lamont Roach and Pitbull Cruz being in December, and that being on pay-per-view. So as of right now, from what this says here, it doesn't look like it's going to be. Let me see here. I'm just reading through really quick through the article here. We're negotiating and finalizing. Pacquiao informed Filipino media. Pacquiao ended a 4-year hiatus, yada yada yada. I'm trying to see if there's like if they go any specifics as far as to like how soon or anything like that. Rolly Romero be unbelievable full fight, one hell of a promotion. Da da da. Okay, cool. So it doesn't really specify. Um, Let me see here. Oh, Pacquiao's preference is to return to the ring in January or February, just after his 47th birthday on December 17th. Okay, so if he gets his way, and he is Manny Pacquiao, so chances are he's going to get his fucking way, we're looking at January, February, which makes a lot more sense because we did talk about Lamont Roach and Pitbull Cruz being on pay-per-view, and that's going to be a PBC pay-per-view. This one is going to be one as well. Seems unlikely that they're going to hold 2 pay-per-views in 1 month, especially with someone as big as Manny Pacquiao and not as big as Cruz and Lamont. But nonetheless, it looks like it's going to be January, February. So, this is the direction he's going to go, and it's going to go. He's going to go after Romero, who I believe is a WBA champion at welterweight. This is quite the opportunity for Romero. I mean, his fight with Ryan Garcia and the victory that he got off of that really put him on the map, and it got him a belt, right? Got him the WBA title, and here he is defending it against Manny Pacquiao. I hope we don't get another one of those Barrios type of performances. I hope this is a little bit more exciting. I don't. In this article here, it talks about Manny. A quote that Manny says that this is going to be one hell of a promotion. Like he thinks there's going to be very good promotion leading up to this fight, the press conferences and stuff. But I'm not so sure. Like I'm not entirely sure. We like to hear Rolly talk because sometimes he just says some off the cuff shit and it's funny as hell and it's good sound bites. But this most recent one, or the fight with Ryan, I mean, obviously the focus was on the possible rematch with Ryan and Devin that ultimately is not going to happen or didn't happen. But it just like he was quiet as fuck, you know what I'm saying? And I hope we don't get that kind of Raleigh here. Like the fact that he is the main event here, he's going to be defending his belt. He's a champion here. He's not going to be the A side, obviously, we understand that. But still, he should be, I hope he's the old Raleigh where it's just like mouthing off and doing his shit. But I'm not sure if we're going to get that. Something tells me that we're going to get the more docile, calm Raleigh Romero on this one.
I believe that too, because of who he's fighting. Right, he's gonna show mad respect to Pacquiao this whole promotional time, or however you want to say that. But I don't see him bad mouthing Manny. I don't see him picking fights with Manny, joking about Manny. None of the above. The bigger news for Manny Pacquiao is that this week he announced he's launching a promotional company here in America.
That's right. I did read about that.
First fight should be in November. 2 title fights with notable names is what it's saying. So it's like, who did he tie in with? Did he sign some champions? Or is PBC gonna? Are they using Manny Pacquiao's name now? Maybe Al's like, I ain't got a good credit line.
It's like, can you co-sign with me, please?
Exactly. He's like, hey, sign these papers. Manny will sign anything for you. He might have gave him 20
Yeah,
grand, bro.
right. It's like, can you co-sign and do a down payment, please?
Hey, Manny's all, why are all these other words on the It don't matter, Manny. Just sign right here. 20 grand. I
Yeah,
don't know,
sign
man.
the check.
But the championship fights, he's in November. Look, what I say though, what I pitched to Manny today, San Francisco Stadium, San Francisco Giants.
Mm.
My dream. My dream of Manny fighting in San Francisco. Hopefully that comes true with him owning his own. Manny, I guarantee you 47,000 tickets sold overnight. I guarantee it, Miguel.
And bring Nonito while you're at it. Why not? Fucking co-main
You,
event. Why not?
they've never liked each other, but I guarantee you Manny sells out San Francisco overnight.
Mm.
He just needs to do it. Just pull the trigger. It's so sad. But yeah, that's what I pitched today.
Manny, if you're listening, because I know you are, listen to what Andrew's saying here.
It's easy. That's easy money, bro.
Damn. Yeah, and I wonder, like, when you talk about like him saying or the announcement that he made, right, of him starting his promotion, his own fight promotion, and notable champions or champions, usually, like, if he's gonna do what I think he's gonna do, and maybe like bring in some of his fellow countrymen who happen to be title holders, usually they're smaller guys. They're like much smaller
Yeah.
guys, right? I don't know how much the money that's gonna bring in, because as our boy here, Lee Hanna, she always used to say, I take shits bigger than these guys. So I have to assume that not many people are gonna give two fucks about smaller guys, even though they are world champions. And if they go somewhere like San Francisco, maybe right. But if not, I'm not sure if anybody's gonna care really.
Yeah, no, I definitely don't want to see two strawweights as the in the main event, right? So he said notable names or notable fighters. We'll give him a shot. But it's big news for Pacquiao, because it's something he should have done a long time ago. Because he owned the whole market. The market was him.
Hmm.
He didn't need a middleman. All he needed was reliable team to get him his promotional company off. He could have been Oscar.
Hmm. Damn, he could have been the Filipino Oscar.
Yeah, I mean, bro, he owns the whole market. Almost every Asian fighter that would come through would want to fight under his promotional banner, at least in the beginning, right?
Yeah.
Pacquiao was Bruce Lee. He was
Yeah.
the real life.
I just pulled up an article real quick. Manny Pacquiao has done almost everything a fighter can do. 8 divisions, yada, yada, yada. Now at 46 or 47, he's the man to tour through legends, yada, yada. His new venture, Manny Pacquiao Promotions, officially launches with the goal of shaping tomorrow's stars and putting on shows that feel alive again. And then his quote, "It's an honor to bring Manny Pacquiao Promotions to the U.S." Pacquiao said, "Some of the most unforgettable moments happen inside American rings. Now I want to help create those same moments for today's fighters." Spent that. I want to see if it says anything about Pacquiao builds powerhouse team behind the scenes. Excuse me. Pacquiao's longtime right-hand man, Sean Gibbons. Yeah, Knucklehead. Knucklehead. That's his like Instagram handle or something. Will serve as president. Gibbons has guided more than 50 world champions and steered fighters like Isaac Pitbull Cruz into world title spots. MPP, or Manny Pacquiao Promotions, is committed to becoming the world's leading boxing promotional company. Gibbons said, "We're creating a new standard in fight promotion, and it all starts now." All right. Hollywood executive Tony Cohen is coming in as CFO and VP, handling the business side and new media plays. And then his quote is, "We're building more than just a promotion," Cohen said. "We're building an empire." He's already lining up casino and arena partners across the U.S. and developing an independent pay-per-view platform to give fighters more control and fans a better deal. Aggressive expansion. All right, so those are the two names primarily that are behind his team here, or that are in the team. I was hoping maybe like somebody mentioned something about some sort of fighters that they could be potentially signed or anything like that, but nothing come of that. But anyway, yeah, okay. So another player in the game, I suppose, right? Another dog on the block.
Yeah, no, very good news for Pacquiao.
Hopefully, everything turns out okay with there, and let's see what kind of names he can develop here. All right. Well, not
Just
much news other
hopefully,
than that. Huh?
just hopefully he doesn't become like a Indian casino circuit fighter. I don't want to see Manny's career end there.
You mean like fighting on fucking Indian reservations and shit?
Yes, the Indian casinos, Jackson Rancheria, Cash Creek, Red Hawk. All of them in California are
Pachanga.
all Indians, bro.
Yeah, the Pachanga reservations.
Yeah, all you gotta do is say something Indian. There's a casino after it, bro. Crow. I bet you there's a fucking casino. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, it's like, oh, Tomahawk. Yeah, Tomahawk Resort. Like, all right, sure, we'll do that. Like Red Feather Resort.
Indians are just in a room throwing darts at shit. Like, there, that's your name.
Yeah.
Here, take it. Your fucking gun.
Yeah, it's like Eagle Eye Resorts. Boom.
Dude,
We got
they just approved another one here in the valley. Flat as can be. No, this place is fucking like in the middle of nowhere, dude. And they just approved another Indian casino. It's like, come on, you guys. Like, I don't want to drive 15 minutes to go gamble. You know what I mean? I like driving still. I like going away. I don't want a casino fucking right up the street. Ugh. Unless it has a sports book. Yeah.
Well, it better have a sports book. I mean, shit, I have a couple of casinos nearby that I'm just like, oh yeah, I'll head down and grab a couple of sheets.
I don't know what California's problem is with that. I really don't. They're so behind the ball. Miguel, I'm telling you, sports gambling is so big right now. You could tax $1 fucking per bet, and men would do it. Swear to God. It's ridiculous that they're not all over the sports betting thing.
Alrighty. Well, that pretty much covers it, yo. Again, there was not too much news here, but we wanted to bring you whatever news because all this information that was coming up as far as like the Zuffa Boxing stuff and everything. We wanted to make sure we touch on that before next week. Make sure to stay glued to your phones because I'm assuming at some point Dana White's going to go online here and give us kind of like the details and whatnot. But I have to assume it's going to happen very soon because it's already 6:30 early Pacific Standard Time over here. So it should be coming up at some point. But as I mentioned, were you going to say something?
I was just saying, and questions will be answered on our next show. Basically, we're going to have a lot of answers to these questions that we've been doing. Yep.
Which will be a week from now, because again, I will be out of town. I will be flying out here tonight. So if you guys happen to be fans and in Salem, Massachusetts, say what's up. Oh, and for those of you who happen to be horror movie fans, on my personal Instagram account, Migs84, I do movie countdowns. I do like one horror movie a day in October, counting down to Halloween night. This is kind of my thing because of how much I love horror movies. But just I'll throw that out there, a little bit of a shameless plug. However, that's gonna call it. We're gonna call it a night. That's gonna do it for us here tonight. Andrew, was there anything else you wanted to add to the show before we call it a night? And we'll be back next week.
We'll have a lot of answers to the questions that
like, were you not fucking listening to what I just said? We're gonna have a lot of answers. God damn it. All right. Well, that's gonna do it for us then. We will be back next week once more, as Andrew says, with a lot of answers. But until then, for my co-host Andrew, don't get it twisted, Lapachet, I am Miguel Antonio Barragan, aka Fight Fiend Migs, and this has been the Mad Boxing Show. We will see you guys next week. Take care. Peace.